already know this podcast is going to be good when Tim thinks he's the alpha male in this group. Welcome to podcast 231.
How's it going, guys?
Everybody I've ever seen on TikTok that goes, I'm an alpha male, is like the least alpha male person I've ever seen.
Well, you guys are about to find out.
Yeah. Yeah, go full alpha on us. Let's see it.
Yeah. That's for later.
I had to keep telling Tim, keep grinding. Here we go, Tim. You can do it all weekend long. I was your biggest supporter, Timmy.
You were.
And look where we're at. All three of us made Edmonton men's team.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Podcasting.
So I guess, Terry, I know obviously you played about 30 years with the Central Zone. You challenge and open. Okay, I'll throw that out there. Was it a little bit different playing out of a different zone?
A lot more people. Like usually we play in Central, we played in a smaller center, and it was always seemed crowded. The pits were tight. Pits were tight at St. Albert, I'll tell you that. I hate that Brunswick seating. But it was, I don't know. A lot of people asked me that question as I was playing all weekend. They asked me if it a different feeling or if it's harder. I don't think it's harder. I think it's just your goal has changed because there's so many players playing in Edmonton. Your goal is just to make a team, like mixed or men's. Where in Central, my goal was kind of always to make singles, make the men's team. And if you made mixed teams, that obviously that was great. Always going to provincials is never nothing to slough at. But I think it's a lot harder to win with a Central mixed team than it is with that men's team. So I think that's just kind of where the goal setting was a little bit different. Mm-hmm. But in the end, you're still playing 20 games against your local competitors, and they're playing on the same surface as you. So you just got to be better than them. Like Central, we always played in smaller, tougher houses, right? That's why scoring was always tough and always low and beat you up a lot. And I expected that at St. Albert a little bit. And I know it for some people is a struggle, but actually I played really good at St. Albert. I was only 9 average points below Bonnie Doon.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. I guess my comment, probably the reason why you probably didn't know as much of a difference is obviously Central's always been in your heart, right? But when you play out Edmonton, you played league out of here. You play Wednesday nights. We travel a lot of the same guys on tour and at Masters. Yeah. So whether you're playing at Central and Edmonton, you've been around a lot of the people the usual people, right? Maybe not some of the casual ones. So that maybe made it a little bit different. And I really think, like, for us on Edmonton, I can only speak on our behalf, is I don't think St. Albert's bad scoring. I think it's actually fair scoring for them. But you're playing you're playing the best scoring center possibly in Canada on Saturday with fast approaches there's no issues at all. And then you play a different center that's wood. We don't play a lot of wood. That you're not going to get the same breaks you're going to get on Saturday, and it's a heavier approach. And it wasn't terribly heavy; it was normal. So I think it's just the two polar different events and put together in one, right?
And that's what I like about it, honestly. And to build on Tim's comment earlier, when you play as many cash tournaments as you do, this is just a 2-day cash qualifier. Is really what it feels like. Like the qualifying feels the same as a qualifying ship for any of the cash tournaments too. So it's definitely a similar environment for you. But that's what I really like about having Bonnie Doon and St. Albert back to back. Yes, we've done it lots, but it is, you know what? The people that made the teams, you don't see anybody that just coasted in from Saturday. You needed to play good in both days. So like you couldn't go out. You're not going to go average 280 at Bonnie Doon and use that and still make the team an average 230 on Sunday. You're not going to. Like it's just you have to find a way on Sunday too. So it's nice because we're going to play in all sorts of different centers. Play at provincials, and then if you're fortunate enough to make nationals, you're going to play in a whole bunch of different centers. And what makes the best bowlers is their abilities to adjust. You're not going to play the same way everywhere, right? So,
And I think that was some of it too. Like you're right, Tim. There was some people there that I've never seen before playing out of centers at all across Edmonton. So it was kind of neat to run into some of those people and have conversations with them, and actually playing with the drummer that made the men's team, Ian Bledell. That's pretty cool. Never really met him before, so
No.
something neat there. Obviously, this isn't an open show. We're not going to go over all the stats or anything like that, but congrats to Brett and Katie taking down the titles in Edmonton. And if you guys want to see all the stats, Alberta 5-pin, they put out all the teams that made it. And I think provincials is going to be pretty tough.
It's good. And obviously, first year the Alberta Open step ladder. So,
yeah.
Different dynamic altogether there, too. So, yeah, it's going to, I think there's some really good teams. There's some really good rookies. Carrie's are obviously a rookie. Yeah.
I think that Central team is the team on paper to beat.
Central men, yeah, they're very good actually.
Now that.
But I mean, no.
I'm not gonna jump on the Tim negative or backwards talk, but you're right. Central, like with Evan Shelby, that team's still gonna be incredibly tough.
They're gonna be very good.
And for anybody out there who don't know, Heritage is scoring very well. Not like Bonnie doing well, but very well. Where I think it opens the opportunity.
Yeah, it's not far off. It's very, very good.
We played Masters there, and it was really good.
Yeah. I want to touch on this just real quick. Steve, absolutely, you're right. The Bonnie Doon scores when, you know what, you shoot a 200, you drop a ton, and that is when things start to go sideways for people. Bonnie Doon, yes, probably the best scoring center in the country, but you can't press anywhere, and punches are still punches in Bonnie Doon. So it's a real mental grind sometimes with people, and you know what, I was there earlier this year too, and that happens, because you punch, you're left behind. You don't want to punch 3 times a game because you're screwed. So you start pressing a little bit, you're in trouble. It does make Bonnie Doon a little bit tougher in that way because it is definitely a strike place, and if you don't throw strikes, you're in tough.
Yeah. I shot back-to-back 220s at Bonnie Doon, and I dropped so many spots. I was like, oh God.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But on the other side of St. Albert, you shoot a 260 and you could be gaining 30 or 40 pins off somebody.
Yeah. You shoot a 240, you're like, okay. You shoot a 240 at Bonnie Doon, you're like, uh-oh.
Yeah, like a 230 was like, oh, well, that sucks. But like, I'm only going to drop 1 or 2 spots. I'm not going to drop 6 or 7.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Crazy.
Jesus, Tim, don't.
Can't believe I did that.
Yeah, thanks a lot. Yeah.
I had to deal with that all Sunday. I was playing on the same lane as Tim.
I have to deal with it every single day. Oh, no, you had to deal with it for a day. Try every day.
I couldn't believe it. Like, I come off, and like, obviously, I wasn't like a third frame. I look up, it's like, oh, 6-7. Yeah. Oh, okay. Well,
that's true.
There you go. Not an alpha.
Yeah, Julie
not
did
an alpha.
Yeah, Julie did alpha me, but I'll let her. Oh yeah, you weren't in dress code.
There's a dress code.
What dress code?
Yeah.
If this is going to be brought up as a comment, let's address it. Tim, the A5 president, was I in dress code?
I honestly didn't think so, but I didn't know until after I looked at the photo. So
what
was I?
I don't know. It said
solid colored, and they were solid colored.
Yeah. I just want to rookie him. I think he owes. I think he owes something regardless.
A5 president, I'm addressing you. Was I in dress code?
I don't know. Cindy knows dress code better than I do. I'm not going to lie to you.
This is outrageous.
You know what? I think you guys in the next meeting, you guys should sit down and have a real good talk about dress code.
Yeah, you guys should talk about socks.
We're not.
All right, let's bring in our guest. Without further ado, Club Tour Event number 2 winner is long overdue, Mr. Shane Chafe. How are you doing, man?
It's so nice of you to join us.
Yeah.
It is nice.
And Tim,
like Tim, for the record, like alphas don't do 6-7. Like, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Yes. Just makes you one of the sheep. It makes you like a 7-year-old sheep.
That's low. Don't be at that.
That's low.
Well, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Congratulations.
No, thank you.
Yeah. Well, it was a good podcast.
Sure was.
It's recorded. It's recorded.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, is this one recorded?
Yeah. Yeah.
I think Tim
Well,
missed
okay.
my last one. What was it, like 199? I think something. like that.
199.
Yeah, see. So it ain't the first time.
No, that's fair. I think like was it? I think it was January. I can't even tell you the date. It was 2020 when he came on, and it was. I remember I had a fly out to the SAGM right afterwards, and then let me find it for you. I can tell you the exact date because this is how much I care about Shane.
See?
Shane,
What
you
was
came on.
the date of the
came
last
on.
one?
It would have been on January 15th of 2020.
There you go. That was like number 5, right? Number 4, number
Yeah.
5.
Number
Yeah,
one.
is it-
You're always number one with us. Yeah.
The lost files. You'll put on the lost file tape. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was the only one we've ever lost to.
It probably wasn't suitable to play live, so I mean it's.
No, that was back in the day where Carrie did not let us swear at all. We weren't like he was.
It was pretty clean.
It
Oh,
was.
we had those sponsors back then. I got it.
Now we just wing it. Yeah, that file got corrupted and I couldn't fix it. I don't know what happened, Shane. It wasn't a slight,
I
but
bet you couldn't. It's not like you got a computer guy on your sponsor list, so I'm sure you could not.
fair enough.
Oh, he's waited. He's been waiting. It's okay. You know what? It's probably the best kept one we had. Yeah.
It was.
Yeah, true. So Shane, club tour. Are you just hitting them all up now? Are you going out to Timmins?
I am going to Timmins. Yeah, I'm looking forward to
Nice.
that one. So I'm 3
How
years now
long does
trying
it take to get to Timmins?
Ugh. Well, it's 3.5 from here to Toronto, and then whatever that is, an hour and a half, maybe. I'm not sure.
No.
This is my 3rd consecutive year trying to go to Timmins, but Mother Nature didn't cooperate the last 2 years. I think everyone, kind of thinks Newfoundland got this, nasty winter all year long, but really our no-fly zone is February and the first couple of weeks of March is kind of the toughest for us, and of course Timmins is right in the middle. So I think last year we had 50 centimeters the day I was supposed to fly. So
Oh my god.
we'll see. I'm hopeful to get out. I'm hoping to get out. Al has, been pretty good with me, doing some late cancellations the last 2 years. So we'll see. But the plan is to go.
Awesome.
Amazing.
Yeah.
It's the one tournament I really, really want to try to get to. Won't be this year.
Yeah, it's grown so much over the last few years from what I'm told and what I'm seeing. So I'm looking forward to going to it. I know it was I'm not going to say a smaller event a few years ago, but I think last year they had 200 people, something like that. So it's a big deal now. So
Absolutely.
I'd like to get up there. I love the Western events, the club tour events. Get to as many as I can, or as many as I can fit in my schedule. So these ones just make it a little easier on me.
Yeah, fair. It's just so tough. And I'm sure everybody could come up with an excuse, but going out to Timmins, however long it would take for us to get there, because you have to go to Thunder Bay and then up to Timmins, and then we got the WCBT event right after it, so we'd have to turn around. There's no point coming all the way back on a Monday, going to work Tuesday, Wednesday, and flying back out Thursday morning. So it's just if you could blow a week of holidays on going around bowling, I think that would be a good Timmins and then Winnipeg. But one day I'll. I know he's threatened the train a few times and all that good stuff. But
The train would be awesome. I'm just
I-
saying.
Yeah,
I don't think
we're
she-
hosting the. We're hosting the Open this year. Is one of the reasons why I bowled it. For a couple of years now, I've talked about not throwing Open and Masters and kind of saving some time and going to a bunch of different events throughout the year. I'm still leaning towards doing that next year. We'll see how the Open and Masters go this year. But yeah, no, I'd like to try a year at that while I'm still capable, while I'm still performing well, to be able to do that. So we'll see. Play it year by year, man.
Since your leg has gotten so much better, man, you've been on an absolute tear. I mean, you've won a whole boatload of stuff for NBT. Now you're going over to Club Tour. You win there too. It's wild. So is this your first Club Tour win? Yes.
Yes, yeah, first one.
Yeah. Okay. So that's awesome. That must have been a great feeling for you. I mean, you've won a whole bunch of times for MBT. There's something about the big cash tournaments that's just an incredible feeling.
Yeah.
It
He's
is for
also
me
Pro League
especially.
MVP.
Pro League MVP, yeah, don't forget that. It really is, Dexter, for me. Like, I don't go to enough of them. You know, I get, like, you know, out west you're able to go 4, 5, 6 a year. I'm not going to say they get watered down, but you play enough of them. You know, you perform well in them. For me, like, I go to 1 or 2 a year. Most times 1 a year. Um, didn't know if I'd ever get the chance to win one, to be honest.
Totally.
You know, just don't play enough. So to win one was big. Like, I always thought, you know, when I hit Masters in, I think it was 2017, I thought like that was done kind of the biggest win that I'd get. To me, like, you know, winning Club Tour was bigger than that. Like, I don't think people appreciate, if you haven't been to these, how tough they are to win. It's not just 12 bowlers you're playing against. It's 200 bowlers of all capable of winning. So it's real tough events. You guys know that as well as anyone. So very appreciative of the opportunity to win it and be able to kind of perform the day off, because there was a time during that week where I didn't think I belonged on a lane. Like, I had some of the worst moments of my career on Friday, and then the best moment of my career on Sunday. So it was a roller coaster of a week for sure.
Isn't that the way bowling is though? It's no different than golf. Like I always say, you could shank one into the bushes, and your next shot you'll put it 3 feet from the hole, right? Like
I started first shift Thursday night, shift one. First game, I had 186 and just missed spares, couldn't get strikes, and 186 shit start. And, like, you know, you're fighting from behind, and then I followed that up with a 206. So here I was 390 after two, lost shift at that point really, trying to find something for Friday morning. Thought that I did. I go in Friday morning, shift two now, game one. So shift one, I started on lanes 21 and 22 with a 186. Shift two, I started on 21 and 22, and I threw another 186.
oh my
So
god.
at that point, I was lost. I didn't know what to do. Like, I don't usually get like that at the lanes. So I'm pretty confident I can kind of figure it out, find a line, do some adjusting. Just nothing was working. And about halfway through that shift, I kind of just changed my line slightly and found that I was getting some strikes on the left side. I'm usually a right pocket thrower, I like to cross over heavy and kind of clack them. But I found hitting light on the left side was working. So I just started pounding that line. And it was a really tight line. Like, that line was tighter than your shirt, Dexter. Like, it was tight. Tight shirt. Right?
You
So,
should see my pants.
yeah, fuck. Oops. Sponsors. But
Sponsors.
I found a line that worked, and then I literally rode it for a day and a half. And I just kept hitting it. So, like, even like if you watch that live stream, 95% of my strikes were delayed on the left, and they just started carrying. And once they carried, I didn't stop. So I was really lucky there. And everything else with these tournaments, like, really really good finishes. So I think I went out on 4 or 5 strikes in the 16s. I think it was 4 different games. 3 of them were the steal points. So you're stealing points, you're getting those extra 50s. Just all went my way. So really appreciative. It was a great week. Great event, well run event, like most of these tour events are. Couldn't say enough.
It's awesome.
Absolutely.
Yeah, like, you killed it. Like, you beat the
Yeah.
field by almost 100 over Matt Houston, who obviously Matt Houston was winning. It seemed like every second event out there, and he had bonus points. He had 550 bonus points to your 450. So you technically beat him by 200
Yeah.
for the 16.
Yeah,
game.
no, I thought that I was throwing just one of the things I do when I bowl. Like, it doesn't seem like it, but I'm watching everything, and I'm watching people who are succeeding and seeing it. What are they doing to get strikes that I can do? Like, I feel like I can not necessarily mimic their ball, but maybe I can take something from them and put it on my game. If this shot is working for them, maybe it'll work for me. But Matt Houston's a machine, and I say this with all due respect, but, like, it seems like in these heads-up plays, like, he has that boogeyman syndrome. Like people are just rolling over for him, and he earned that. And I say that with the utmost respect. Like he's just plowing through people. His opponents don't have a chance, and I think remember he chatted with me. I think we bowled each other in game 4, game 5, and he destroyed me. But even he said, he's like, I haven't been challenged in the 10th yet, so I'm able to go into the 9th and 10th free rolling, just packing on pins, So, but he's had a huge run, and he's on these club tour events, and he pretty much carried that team to a goal at Masters. I mean, he was a machine, never missed on the bottom. So, just a huge run from Matt. So, happy to beat him. He's tough to beat, man. He's tough to beat.
He's been incredible, like especially like post COVID, like the run that he's been on has just been gross.
Yeah, I mean, I've said to people before, in my opinion, he's been the best in the country since COVID. So people might not like that, but that's, in my opinion, that's who I thought who's been the best bowler the last few years.
How do you think the Ontario bowlers feel, Shane, when the 2 club tour events that run are non-Ontario winners?
They're okay with it. I mean, I think for the most part, those guys are bowlers. So, they it's not like they're 2 random people who took the wins.
That's not the Shane Chafe answer I was looking for.
Yeah,
no, it's freaking great, Kerry. It's great. I like beating Albertans. I like beating Ontario. I like beating them all. So,
Hey,
there's nothing better than whooping a Wiseman. Like that is by far the epitome.
Actually, Shane, I don't think I've ever lost to you.
Yeah, because you're usually on the bench, remember?
Yeah.
or coaching.
Oh yeah.
I remember that year, every single person on your team got a 900 badge, and Tim got one because he had 900 total pins for the tournament. He spent that much time on the bench. I still remember that year.
That was in Newfoundland, yeah. So I remember, I played better the 3rd day, but I remember I finally didn't get pulled one game, and then Sheila had a sign that says, "Congratulations, Tim, you did it." And
Sheila?
Yeah, it was awesome. Yeah.
That is great.
But it was great. Yeah. And I remember because Shane's like, are we playing against each other? And I think Lynn kind of told him, he's like, yeah, he's not in that. He's not going to be in any high leverage area.
That's
it wasn't happening. Yeah.
But Kerry, to your point, Kerry, like there was a good mix in the club tour. Like even the final 16, I think there was 3, maybe 4 of the Quebec guys were into it. Sylvain was there, Eric, Alex. Of course, I was there. There was 2 Americans that made it. So like it was a fine mix of bowlers there all around.
He said there's probably like easily 50 to 75 people that play these events, like all the WCBT, the club tour, MBT, that could win these events, right? So Absolutely. When you go look at a top 16, like you recognize all the names because you're like, oh, that makes sense. That makes sense. And then when you see people not in the top 16, you're like, oh, I wonder what happened. But like really,
it's just deep.
There's 50 other players that are just as good as them.
Exactly. It's just deep. Yeah.
It's one of the things I think that changed over the years with these events. Like, I haven't been playing them as long as you guys, but I can remember going to Regina in 2016 or 2017, and it used to be 3 shifts, 2 or 3 shifts, and even I think the first year I went to TPC, there was 3 shifts, and with 3 shifts you get some. I'm not going to say upsets, but you get some local guys get in. You get some guys who shouldn't make a cut, who should make the cut, not make the cut, and I think you see more. Variety in the playoffs, but now with 4 and 5 shifts, I mean, you give Mitch Davies 5 shifts to make a cut, he's probably making a cut, right? So
not always, but probably
as an example, right? So the guys who are the top bowlers with 5 shifts, I think it favors them a little more. I mean, they're going to find a shift to make it. I think it kind of eliminates the random or the feel good story you're getting in. More so than what it used to. That's just my opinion, but it makes winning get more special to me.
Yeah,
right?
And makes making a Sunday even bigger, right? Like you're right that the best players get 3 or 4 shifts guaranteed to play, and if you're making it as like a fringe player, somebody that averages 250 but is trying out for these events, and they get in, that's well earned. That doesn't come easy.
Yeah.
It doesn't, and to make it now is an accomplishment. Before it was like you were expected to, but to make the cut now, it is an accomplishment. It's fun to make it. There was, like I said, there was a time on Friday I didn't think I was making it, so it was a fun week. And Echo's a tough house. I don't know if you guys played there, but
I was just going to ask you about it.
Yeah, it was really unforgiving for the hard ball, or at least less forgiving. And what I found was that there was very little give on the middle. If you were, there were so many punches in the first 16. My first two shifts, 16 games. I had 12 games with 5 punches. I had 3 games with 6 punches. So like, when you're shooting that's the reason why I shot 230 that day. You just can't score. But what I found was there was a lot of shots where just slightly off center, where I would expect to get a chop maybe, or maybe a thick end pin, something to keep the game carrying. You just punching. There was just no forgiveness. So it was if you were heavy at all, you were not getting any kind of spread. And really, that was for the hard or the light ball. And then when you hit it thin, you skip the end pin every time. So like the strike zone, the strike area was very small for most bowlers.
It had to be
was
pure
there.
pocket.
And you can see the scores. I mean, it was a lower cut. I think it was just over 2,000 made the cut. You look at some of those averages, even in the final 16, like 240, 242, 243 was like 6th and 7th. It was just a tough house. I think really what gave me that edge was I shot 1,005 or 1,010 for 3 in the 16s, and I think it was like a 1,260 for 4. Which was huge. Like, it's usually like, kind of what Kerry mentioned earlier, and Bonnie doing, you throw a 220 or you throw a 220 and you drops. Other houses, you throw a 240 and you're fine. This is one of those houses where 240 was a good score. A 1,200 for 4 was huge, especially when you add on the 50 bonus points. So like 1,400 pins for 4 games and just shot me into the lead. I kind of just carried us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
that's crazy.
Shane, before we get into the rest of the stats, what was the first thing you said to Brad when you won?
I didn't have to say anything. Never had to say anything. It was just it was a given. Every day or so, I send him a picture of the trophy, or just ask him if he got one yet, things like that.
Do you think he was more shocked that you won Club Tour, or you were more shocked he threw a perfect game at Nebs when you weren't there?
No, I was more shocked when he threw a perfect game. You don't know Brad Lynn before he threw a perfect game. Like when he'd start on 2, like he was already thinking about who's going to take the video, what angle do I need to shoot it at. Like that's how this man's mind worked. So I didn't think he'd ever get one. I mean, he's sweating bullets when he starts on 4. He's sweating bullets. Like he's nervous. Like no. I said that 450 I'll have on him forever. Nah, he had to do it.
You know what? It was the way he did it too, though. Like that is
game right before too.
Yeah, the game. What, the game before it was front 10?
Yeah.
So the story that probably people don't know is that Brad didn't. I made the cut the day before, so we were driving together. I dropped him off at the lanes. I went to the casino for the day, and I was playing in Pickering Casino at the blackjack table, and couldn't have the phone out. Every time I took a phone out, no phones. So the phone was in my pocket, and all of a sudden it just started blowing up, like buzz, never stopped. And I thought something was wrong. I'm thinking, okay, maybe my wife is calling me, like there's something going on home. And then when I took it out, it was like, oh my God, he did it. I can't believe he did it. I was like, and then of course it was him. I was like, what did I miss? And then it just made me sick. So, there's nothing that ruins a really good blackjack session, like finding out that Brad Glenn had a 450, So.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Do you think you winning Club Tour ruined his whole day?
I left the casino, went back. Yeah, I left the casino. I had to go back, get him, shake his hand, take him out to supper. I did the friend thing. This is as good as it's gonna get. And then I told him, don't ever talk to me about it again. So. Yeah.
And has he?
Oh, every time he gets every chance.
Yeah.
Sure.
Makes sense.
It's nice to one up him. It's nice to one up him again, right? Like I got 2 now, and he's still waiting for 1, so it's great. So.
Yeah. Fair enough. Oh
And he's
man,
watching this. I know he's watching. So this is
He
he's waiting
hasn't
for a comment here. You know.
he hasn't said anything yet, so he's been very
do you
well
think
behaved.
he maybe has it up on the big screen? He just doesn't have an area to comment on.
Yeah, maybe not. I'm not going to play with something because I'll get kicked out of here. So
Fair enough.
So you played
yeah.
Friday, Thursday shift. You played Friday shift as well. How many
yeah,
shifts did you play?
free shifted.
3 shifted. Okay.
I qualify. Yeah, qualify on the third one. Just missed on the second Friday. Like I had that 186 start, but like I said, like game 4 or 5, I felt like I found it. I
Yeah.
found a line that worked. But I was just again, you're trailing, and it's not the lane where there's a 350 available very often to get you there. It's
Well,
you throw a
and like
280, it's a good score. You know.
like that. That's what's like when John shoots 401. Like that sounds massive. Like
Well, that should tell you that there was. So John shot 401. I didn't see that one. It was on the other end of the lanes. But that was the only 400 for the week. And you guys know when you go to these things, like there's multiple 400s in these
yeah.
sessions. And I believe that there was only 2 other chances into 9 for 400. So I took a 400 into 10 in one game. I needed to strike out, I think, for a 410, and I missed on my first shot. And young Evan against me the last game. Evan Luker in the last game, I think he went spare 7-bagger or spare 8-bagger, and then he missed a 9. But outside of 2 of those guys, I don't think there was either an opportunity for a 400. That's how tough the lanes were. I think maybe
That
Alex might have had a shot, but there was no one close. 401 was the high score.
kind of neat that it's an American that got it. One of the duck pinners, but like they're expecting tough houses, right? I feel like they're kind of in a gratuitous situation going into tough houses, like when they were at Echo and at Hopedale. I mean, Colby lit that place up that one year when it was like 2,000. I think it was less than 2,000 for the cut, and he shot 2,300. Like they're kind of expecting tough scenarios, so I feel like their mental state is probably better than what ours would be.
One of the things that just
Jersey
shocks me about
shrapnel.
about the Americans is how accurate they are, and like they all throw that kind of classic duck pinball, long approach, fast to the line, long backswing. But they don't; those guys don't miss, and like there's 10 or 12 of them that come out to these club tour events, and I know some of them come out west. Like Walt's been going out west for a long time, Colby,
Yeah.
but there's a bunch of them drive up to to Ontario. They're all amazing. Like just to not play that game at all. Like I think 4 or 5 of them made the cut, 2 of them made the 16s. They don't miss like their spares, their pins. They just don't miss, and they throw the most unorthodox ball. Not that I'm the epitome of what a smooth shot should look like, but those guys just chuck and they don't miss. So it's pretty
Yeah.
impressive to watch. Like for
Yeah.
not playing our game and just performing
Yep.
like that.
Yep. Absolutely. I bet you them coming up and playing our game makes them better in duck pit, because I know when Walt would come up and talk to us and stuff, he loved the fact that we were so accurate and we have so much stuff on our shot, and those are the 2 things that like really make the duck pit players when the good ones really really good. So
Yeah.
I bet you them coming up and playing these events and then going back down there, I bet you it really helps them. Sharpen some things.
It has to, and I know, like I bowled all day Sunday or Saturday, sorry, with Winnie Shiver. He's a duck pinner, and
Yeah.
one of the better ones. I think he's number three ranked there, maybe number 2 ranked behind Colby, and he throws like a real tight hook. And Echo doesn't have a lot of oil. Like I don't know if it had any oil, to be honest. It was a dry house, and those kind of tight hooks they took off. And once he found his line, like the action that he was getting, like that those once it started biting on the lane, like it came in hot and just exploded pins. Like no one else out of the other 200 bowlers were getting any type of action like what he was getting. But he throws a different ball than your traditional 5-pinner. So
Yep.
amazing to watch. Like I'm always in awe of those guys. They just don't miss.
Yeah, I played with Winnie in the 32s at Nebs this year, and like, yeah, it's crazy the amount of hook he can put on the ball. When he throws it as hard as he does, like he throws it so hard, and he gets so
He
much
throws it
movement.
harder than I do. Like he's thrown
Yeah.
at 50 for sure. So
Yeah, it's crazy. But he always seems injury prone. Was he Was he injured at Echo?
Nope, he seemed like he was fine.
No. Good for him. That's awesome. How was it being around Mitch there? I see he got in on the second shift. He shot back-to-back 300s to make it in, but I know he's been seems like he's been struggling a little bit with playing so much. He's taken a step back even. With him running the event at Echo, I think this is the first year they've had it there. How smooth was the tournament run? Any accolades to hand out there?
Yeah, the tournament was great, and like every other event, it all comes down to me, like your volunteers, and they had a great bunch of volunteers just running the side pots, doing the payments, chasing the score sheets, those type of things. And as a bowler, like that's all you can ask for, right? Put the stats out on time, keep the things that bowlers want to see. There's nothing worse when you're throwing, especially if you're into the stats and you want to know where you stand, not having updates, but they're so quick with them. Mitch runs a good event, and Dave Bentley from Echo was phenomenal. Like, he gave us the place. Echo's, like, I kind of crapped all over their pin action earlier, but the facility is phenomenal, right? It's a great spot to host the event. It had lots of room. It had the bar, it had the whole works. You couldn't ask for anything else from a bowler from how it was ran. I've been to many of these club tour events, like, Nebs has always ran well. The ones at Hopedale, like Hopedale's a nightmare to throw at, but the event itself runs really smooth.
Yep.
When your biggest complaint is the pace of play because you have 5 on a lane, sometimes that's a good complaint because you got so many bowlers playing, but in the Echo, where it was 24 lanes, we didn't have that issue. Tournament ran great. Mitch himself struggled. I mean, me and Mitch got a pretty good relationship. We talk about that, and he struggled. He had a good day the second day. I think he qualified on the second shift, but he just didn't find it on those 16s. But it's kind of similar, like most people who you see didn't make it. They fell behind early, and it's just like I said, the 350 is not there to catch up. I think we all think, okay, we had a 220, 330, we'll cure this. It's just not there. So it's really hard to fall behind in that house to try to make it.
Yeah, fair enough. Many people don't know this, and Shane, I don't know if you know this. Tim Wiseman tried to beat up Dave Bentley one year in Regina, but
I was gonna say. Yeah, I think it was the other way around, actually.
Tim, I'm gonna say this with all due respect. Out of every single person in the bowling community to pick a fight with, like, Dave Bentley should not be on the top of your list.
Yep, 100%.
I honestly don't remember it. It was very alcohol driven, and I apologize to Dave now.
I feel like
I think you both apologize to each other.
I think Tim was drunk and his alpha male came out, and he quickly turned into a beta.
Yeah.
That was a classic. That's so long ago. It doesn't matter now, but
dude, that's
back in the day.
That's almost like 20 years ago.
Yeah,
it's
a long
close.
time ago.
Yeah. Jeff Young saved the day, but yeah. Anyways. we don't.
Tim likes making everybody else uncomfortable, but when he gets uncomfortable,
well, I mean, it's 20
everything.
years ago. You guys act like it's so stupid. Yeah.
Fair enough.
So stupid, Tim. Wrong person, man.
That's stupid, but 6'7".
What's this? Don Sim, Canadian Masters at Hopedale, Waterdown, and Echo?
Yeah.
Masters this year is at Hopedale and Echo,
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
It's too bad that Sherwood was the 48 center that they had.
Yeah.
It was, yeah.
I know, like for me personally, Masters, I love when we can fit everybody in the same house. I know, like we do it at Calgary. We used to do it in Hamilton. Even home, like Plaza takes the majority. Like there's only one group that's not there. I just find it's a better event when you're with your contingent. So it's too bad. It's too bad there's not a lot of alleys around that can host the event on its own.
Yeah. Hamilton was good. It was separated into quadrants, wasn't it?
It was
12s. Yeah, which is beautiful. Like that's just phenomenal for hosting.
I was not fortunate enough to see it in its heyday, where like the basement was done and then the bar was open, and it was pretty bare bones when I was there. If I remember, that was 20. 2015
15.
Masters, I think. 2016 Masters.
2015.
We were there in 2008 Masters, and it was awesome. Soft Roll had a table set up and selling bowling balls and everything in the middle.
Yeah, same thing in like 2015. I mean, I tell people one of my favorite master memories is I think it was 2015. We were in, and the thing about the Masters where there's no step ladder. Like if you're not there to watch the last game, you don't get to see your fellow teammates and contingent play. And I remember our teaching women won the last game.
Yeah, I remember that.
Melanie threw. I think Melanie struck out to win the game, and if she missed. If she struck out, she got gold. If she missed, they would have fell to fourth. There was no silver or bronze opportunity. It was first or fourth. So like,
Yeah.
I remember all of Newfoundland was watching that game. You don't get that in any other place other than
Yeah.
you don't get it if you weren't all together. So
Yeah.
that type of thing saved Masters in Newfoundland. To be honest, just seeing that like next year our numbers went through the roof. So
Yep. 100%. It's a historic moment for the contingent. Yeah. So you played 3 shifts, and then played Sunday. Sunday is a top 40 for the first round.
top 32, and then
Top 32?
eight games to 16. I think it's the same as the Autumn Open format.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So obviously you've gone through a transition in your body as well. How are you feeling after everything? You've had knee problems and all those things before. You've lost a boatload of weight. You had your leg fixed. How are you feeling afterwards? And do you think that plays a factor in how great you've been playing lately?
Yeah, I feel a lot better. Certainly not as tired after I threw 25 games. I think it was 23 games on Sunday. Still felt fairly fresh. I can honestly say when I was over 300 pounds, I probably wouldn't have.
Yeah.
Obviously I tried to change my life a little bit for health reasons, not necessarily bowling. Bowling was the secondary part of it, but no, I did find that. I found that I got my big scores back. I went through a couple of years where I had good years, but I kind of lost that high score. Still averaged really well. I won one of my leagues last year. I averaged 280, I think it was, but I never had 1,000. So it was just kind of like a whole lot of 880s, 900s, 860s.
Oh, tough luck, yeah.
I know it's just I had a really good year, but I did lose that ability to throw the big set, which in these tournaments you need. But I kind of got that back a little bit when I lost the weight. Probably getting a little more on the ball, getting down a little lower, maybe, I don't know. But that's one thing I did find that my game has picked up, like it was years ago, where I can pop that 400 any time. I feel like I can throw the 1050 for 3 when I need to. There was a time when I never had that, so certainly helps.
So what are you doing for health rate? Are you lifting weights? Are you cardio? What are you doing?
Yeah, mostly weights and diet.
Yeah. Okay.
So I was, like I said, I was 43 on a whole bunch of blood pressure and cholesterol medications, and it just wasn't going well. So a year later, I'm off them all. Feel great. So that was the main reason, and I'm trying to keep going a little bit with it.
Yeah. The reason why I ask is I found it always really interesting with doing weight training and stuff. I've recommended it to a few other people too, is that when you do weight training, you have to be so hyper aware of your movements, and you're repeating them continually. So I found that once I started doing weight training and I went back to bowling, or while I was bowling, I became more aware of my movements. I was more aware of adjustments, and I was able to repeat shots a little bit better and more often because you're so used to doing repetitive motions and keeping that feeling. So I found that the weight training itself, regardless of weight loss or whatever, the weight training itself really helped that side of things, adjustments and awareness.
Yeah, I can see that.
Really.
Yeah, I can see that for sure. Yeah. I don't know if I noticed that as much, but I noticed better balance. Like I'm a little more balanced at the line. Which helps to follow through, which probably explains the high score. I'm able to follow through. I'm able to get a little more junk on the ball. So like I said, I'm sure it's not a coincidence, so I'll take it,
Yeah, for sure.
So obviously you took down the tournament, and now you're set up already for the tour finals that they have going on. You know, 170 points.
Yep.
Just like myself. And was that one of your goals going into? Obviously, you paid for the membership. It wasn't just to support the club tour. You're probably going in with the thought process of making their tour finals.
I made the
yeah.
16 last year, and I couldn't go to the event in Nebs this year for work reasons. We had a few issues going on that week that I was required for, so that was disappointing because I did qualify last year for the 16, and you know, Nebs is one of my favorite, probably my favorite tournament to go to every year, the Club Tour Nebs one, and I missed it all this year. So one of the reasons why I wanted to get back to this one and go to Timmins was to I like bowling two of them. Certainly, it's hard, unless you win one, it's hard to get enough points in one to qualify. I'm outside of an emergency work situation. I'm 100% going to Nebs every year. So if I'm going, it's just as well qualify and go a day early and have a crack at the club tour tournament. So yeah, that was certainly one of the reasons. So that certainly helps. Like I said, you win one, you're basically automatically in. So I'm looking forward to that in August.
Yeah, it'll be a good one. And Colton Uswell won that last year, I believe.
Last year it might have been Colton. Like I said, I missed it last year. It was John Cowan the year before, the first year, and I believe it was Colton last year. Yeah.
It'll be good. I was trying to remember. They do what you guys did for TPC Invitational, right? It was match play, 5-game best of or best pinfall, I believe.
I believe so.
Yeah, Colton.
Yeah,
if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
Hopefully no fire, Steve.
You guys have had no luck up there lately. Yeah.
Yeah, I believe it was 5 games, carry first round, and the same type of thing, and maybe 3 the second round onto a championship game, or 3-3-3-1, I think it was. Al can correct me on that, but same type of idea.
Yeah, 5-game matches to start,
and
then drop the triples. There you go.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then it's top 16. Okay.
Top 16. Yeah.
Yeah. Awesome. So then they just have one more spot for the Timmins group going the third weekend of February.
Yeah, and it's fun, you know, like these clubs tour standing. I know some people, you know, pay their memberships, and you guys have one, we have one in Newfoundland. Club Tour has one. It's a little extra. Some people play, some people don't. But like, you'd be surprised how many people talk about it at the events and saying, you know, I need a better finish at this event because I got to get the extra points, and so ain't going. You know, It already asked me, is Brad going? Is Brad going to the next event? I'm right behind him in points, so if I can make a cut. So like they're already asking, you know, who's close to each other. So
it's always the last event too. The last event is always crazy.
Yeah, it's the event within the event. So
people running around like, did I get enough points? Am I getting enough points? How deep do I need to go to get enough points? And like, it's fun.
Yeah,
but it also puts added pressure on you if you're not careful. You be bowling like a person who don't care about those points, and it's just there for the game. See how I caught myself, Kerry, for your sponsors.
No, you're good. That matter. Swear away.
I don't care about those points, so you got to be careful with that. You got to give a guy a free roll, he's gonna make you pay.
Yeah. Well, and this year for the WCBT, it's like not only are some guys playing for the top 12, like guarantees you a spot on tour finals, but there's also a top 40 event right after Heritage. So if you make top 40, you still get a chance to go to tour finals, right? So there's even people just thinking, okay, like I didn't play great the first 3 events I played or the first 2, but if I have just a decent finish, I can still get into the top 40 and still have a shot at tour finals. So there's just so much added math and stuff going on that people are doing, especially at Heritage. I can't wait for it to see who's watching scores and all that when we get into the cut.
It's really wild. Like all these little extras, like they're all fun, but they all add to the event, and they all add to the overall experience. And it's one of the reasons why I think like I personally prefer coming to a tour event, whether that's out west or club tour, than bowling masters or open anymore. I just find it's a better experience. Like I threw 50 something games this week at the highest competition you can get. You don't get that in Masters Open. You get 12 games. All right, you want to get better at your game and learn to excel. You got to 50 competitive games. That's half a season of a
Yep.
of a league play in
Yep.
a weekend. Like I don't think people realize the amount of reps you're getting at these things. Especially when is leading into open qualifiers and master qualifiers. Like don't tell me it doesn't give you an advantage. I know it does. So
exactly, it always keeps you in a competitive state. And you know what? Again, for those people that are like fringe players, or the ones that are like on the cusp of making all these things, never think that this is just a waste of money. I don't care how much money it is. It is an investment in your future. No matter what, it makes a huge difference coming out and playing these things.
Yeah.
It's why I love the Nebs event and the timing of it. It's late August, and before the season starts, the first week of September, I got 50 or 60 competitive games that So my equal that I'm battling with in Newfoundland, I already got a half season of competitive reps in, and these are not reps in your Tuesday night, friendly league that we're playing. These are hardcore competitive reps. Like, don't tell me I'm not at an advantage already.
Yeah.
Yeah.
2 weeks later, we're bowling a master set. Guess who got the advantage? It just gives you, it just sets you up for success the whole year. I found this year I was a little behind on that because I didn't go to Nebs, so I had to throw some extra games myself to get me to that point. But I love that reason for that August tournament. Just it sets you up for the year for sure.
Yeah.
It's kind of neat where we always looked at like January, February is kind of like the fully loaded months of bowling events. Now it's turned into August, September, October have three major events, just bang, 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 Masters. And then you have a little bit of downtime in December, and then it's the January, February, right? Like,
Well,
Like
like
I
I
said-
said, like
the
I said
load
last
changed.
year,
Yeah.
I have started to having to cut things out because last year I said I was going to do less, and I in Beef Bowl, Autumn Open, the South Peace Glass, TPC, Vegas. It was like Winnipeg. Like the amount of cash tournaments and things in the first 3 months of the bowling season is insane.
Yeah. It's awesome. I love it.
Mixing your 5PL, right? I mean, that's another 6 weekends.
Yeah. Jesus. Yeah.
There's a lot of bowling. Yeah.
Shane, that's another thing you didn't beat me in.
What's that?
The Crusher did pretty good on the week that we played you guys. But,
Yeah, you did. Yeah. We laid an egg that day. Yeah. That's okay.
That's okay.
But to be fair, at least we didn't run the Bonnie doing the last game of the season to try to sneak into the playoffs. At least we didn't run the Bonnie doing, Tim. Right? So you can
Do
say
you know
what you
what?
want. We didn't run the Bonnie doing.
Hey, better one game than a whole season.
I'm just saying we didn't do it. We didn't stoop to
But
that
you know
level,
what?
Tim. You should remove your beta male after doing that type of stuff. That's not even alpha or beta. Like
it was
Is
just
this Omega
no,
male?
we had no. You know what? Honestly, that was our provincial association. Not
you
being
you must
organized.
not know the owners of your bowling alley well enough to like get some priorities. So like I get it, run the Bonnie doing.
You know how it
didn't
is.
work out
You
for
know-
you. I did work out for
Hey,
you, Tim. Go ahead and say
but
no
you-
more.
You know how proprietors are, right? They like money, and
Yeah, I bet they do.
and we're no different, right? So it just made sense.
Oh,
Just
it made
makes
perfect sense. I listen. I understand, Tim. Don't have to explain it to me, man. You don't have to justify it to me. I understand. Carry on.
But you know what?
We lost that first match at Bonnie June. Not gonna lie.
And I will say though, Shane, we were down a bowler. I mean, we were down Dex. He's like one of the greatest of all time. We're down.
Oh, shut the fuck up.
He's definitely the best wiseman I know.
Yeah, well, I mean that's fair. I can't make a cut, so that's totally fair. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
Dexter probably had a bit of integrity and said, "No, I'm not going to go to Bonnie Doon and play this last game. This kind of."
No, actually, he was the
Oh,
first
he
one
was
that
there
said
for
yes. He was like,
Oh,
"Let's
that
go
was his
Bonnie
idea. Oh, Dexter, don't do that, and don't stoop to his level. Don't do it, man.
It
was
was
100%.
it was not my idea.
Actually, okay, I'll be honest with you. We had
It wasn't an idea at all. We needed to do it.
we didn't know how many lanes we needed, and Katie was like, "Well, guess we just have to go to Bonnie Doon."
Yeah, I
was
guess St.
kidding.
Albert wasn't an option. I guess really, that was just a tough decision to run to Bonnie Doon.
But no, it made sense because Bonnie Doon's
No, it
only
makes sense.
10 minutes away.
Makes-
It was economical.
sense,
It was
man.
gas. It was everything. Like St. Albert's
it-
half an hour away.
It
You
makes
got.
sense, man.
I'll do a diagram here for you, buddy. Like I'll make sure you understand the cost benefits of why we did that.
The only diagram I need, Tim, is it turns 260 to 290. That's all. That's the diagram I need. You show me that pie chart, and then we'll carry on.
Oh.
If Tim makes a pie chart, he's going to eat it.
Nah, this is true.
Oh fuck. You too. Just because you guys lost weight doesn't mean you guys don't like pie. Okay.
Yeah, no, you're right. You're right.
Guilty.
They just choose not to eat it anymore. That's their problem.
Well, fine. I'll eat in front of them. There we go. I'll eat for all three of you.
You don't like carbs, do you?
I hate carbs. I'm not a carb guy.
Yeah, no, you're not a big carb man. Well, this went sideways.
Perfect.
As expected.
As expected.
As expected.
So, what else is new, Shane? What do you want to hit us with? I know in podcast 199, if people didn't remember, we talked about your accident and all that stuff. And now we just talked about your exercise journey into fitness. What else you got for us?
That's pretty much it, man. You know,
Amazing.
I'm still enjoying bowling and try to do as much as I can. Love all these events. I'm going to keep going to them as long as I can, and as long as I'm competitive, I'm going to keep at it. So I know I'm bowling these 16s, and like I said, Evan Luker, 14 years old, he just wiped the floor with me. His brother Ryan was there. He's about 16. Like, those guys are phenomenal at that age. So like I know I'm usually the older guy when I'm playing these events now, but it's a bit of fun. So it keeps me active, and like I said, I'm going to keep going to them. I'm fortunate enough in life that I'm able to go to a few a year, so I'm going to keep doing what I can do.
Yeah, where's the trophy hiding?
I think I sent it to Brad. It's over.
That thing is going to come back sticky.
So the trophy has, like, this is a tech thing, right? So the trophy has a Spotify, there's a QR code on it that plays All I Do Is Win, and I didn't know how to do it. So I didn't know how to do it. So my daughter showed me how to do it. So then this is what I do now. I just get the Spotify going, play it, and then the other day I was doing last night I was doing it, and Grace, my daughter, said, "Dad, would you put that away? Like, give it up."
So wait,
I hate that song now.
You're telling me you didn't know how to open your camera?
No, it doesn't work on camera. See, I tried that shit. It doesn't work. You got to go into Spotify. And I don't have an account, Dexter. Like, this is well beyond my care more in the world. Like Spotify and that garbage. I don't want to hear it.
Technology hasn't hit the rock lately.
Just look
or
at me.
Apparently music.
Like I'm too angry of a person to enjoy music. Like, just leave me alone.
Just let me brood in silence.
Just let me stew in silence, insult who I can insult, and then just carry on. Like, I don't want to enjoy music. It's like watching television. I'm not sitting down enjoying a television show. I don't deserve that in life. So I'm just,
So obviously we're going to see you in Timmins. Where else are we going to see you for the rest of this season?
This season, Timmins, we got our Open and our Masters. Our Open provincials is in Corner Brook this year, so it's a trip involved there. So that kind of eats into maybe one other event that I would have played. And of course we play our provincials like a Wednesday to a Saturday. So when we travel to Corner Brook, it's a Tuesday to Saturday thing now. It's in the corner. For those who don't know, Corner Brook is about an 7-hour drive from St. John's. So. That's not overly fun in March, but we haven't been out there in a long time. So in a way, I'm looking forward to going. Like, it used to be one of those things years ago when I first started playing the Open. We did a rotation of all the host centers. So we used to go out to Corner Brook every third or fourth year.
Yeah,
it's probably been close on 10 years since we've been out there. So it'd be fun to go back out there again. But it does eat into your vacation time and into your bowling expenses account. So it probably stops me from going to one more. But next year, like I said, depending on what happens this year with the Open and Masters, I plan on maybe not playing them next year and bowling a few extra events. But again, we'll see when the season starts and my buddies want to play and more people sign up, I might just play it all. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah.
But
Fair enough.
either way, I'll be playing a few, and I'll definitely start off with Nebs again, and we'll go from there. I might try to get out to your guys' events. My wife has a really good friend in Edmonton, so we always try to line that up. So if she's off again and we can figure it out, we'll TPC next year.
That makes a lot of sense that it's your wife's friend and not yours.
I don't have friends in Edmonton, Dexter.
No, just your park.
It's a really good thing that you guys are going to Corner Brook. Yeah, like I understand it's sucking, like, but I mean, ultimately, it's good for the game when you're able to go to those places and support those centers and make the travel costs for those bowlers that have to travel every year a little bit easier on them too. You know,
those guys come in every year, so I know it's an extra cost and expense for them to come in. So I know there was some pushback about not going out, but I think there's a lot of people who've never gone out there before. A lot of us older folk who've been out there a lot, they kind of know that it's a pretty fun week. Some of my favorite moments happened in Corner Brook. I won my first provincial singles in Corner Brook. So and we used to just have a a lot of people, like that was kind of our bowling trip every year,
Totally.
just because these tour events didn't exist, or we just didn't play them, and going out to Corner Brook was a pretty good week. So I'm looking forward to it in a way. And so not looking forward to the drive, but I'm looking forward to the week.
Yeah, it's always fun when you get to go to a place with a team and you get to hang out as a team for the week, because when you guys do all of your stuff at St. John's, like I imagine you guys are not staying in hotels. You go home. Right?
That's right.
And it's very different when you're out of town. It's good for camaraderie, and if you guys end up coming out of there as champions, then honestly you're probably better off at nationals because you have bonded. I mean, not that you guys don't play together all the time, but it's a different dynamic when you're in the pit together.
It is different, as you know, and you're right. When it's in town, typically no one stays at hotels other than the Corner Brook bowlers. So you're kind of bowling with your team at the lanes when it's over. I see you tomorrow. Obviously, you build a little more camaraderie in a travel experience, and we got a fun team. We did our last open qualifier last Sunday. While I was in club tour, was the last week. So in my zone, we bowl 4 sevens. We have 4 sevens scheduled. You have to bowl 3 of them for 21 games. So I bowled the first 3. The last one was this Sunday. So team should be good. Great group of guys, veteran team. Most of the same bowlers we've had over the last few years. So we should gel together. We've been unsuccessful the last couple of years in the Open, and that's what makes the Open so much fun, especially at home. I think the last 4 years we've had 4 different zones win the men's.
Yeah.
I know we wanted Paradise won last year. The year before that it was St. Pat, or Plaza. The year before that was St. Pat. So yeah, we're 4 years, 4 different winners from 4 different zones, and really it's the same thing this year. Any one of those teams could win, so it makes for real fun competition.
Yeah,
For sure. Amazing. Well, Shane, we're going to let you go. We're going to end this podcast. Thanks very much for coming on. If anybody wants to watch some bowling this weekend, Five Pin Universe is live streaming the Alberta Youth Challenge down in Lethbridge. And we have Pro League this weekend, so tune in on Sunday morning. And Shane, best of luck with the rest of the season, and we'll see you when we see you.
We'll see you guys at one of them. We'll see you at one of them.
I'll see you in June.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
For those
All
that want to watch this, watch it ASAP, because we're going to delete this in like an hour.
Yeah. File corrupted. See you guys.
I'm not surprised.